Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if this is the first video of mine you're seeing, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. My name's Hannah. I make a lot of commentary style videos specifically about multi-level marketing companies. I can link my whole anti-MLM playlist here if you want to check that out, but today's video is another MLM top fails. These are compilation style videos where I feature things that people in MLMs have posted, whether that be TikTok videos, Instagram lives, photos, Instagram stories, really anything goes. And the purpose is to really showcase the bizarre behaviors that go on within MLM companies and the wild things that the reps will do, all in the name of making some money. And with that being said, everything I do feature in these videos is viewer submission. So if you come across something on social media that you think would be a good fit for a top fails, the instructions for how to send that to me are in the description box of every video. In fact, I'm kind of on the hunt right now for holiday themed MLM top fails. I think that'd be really fun for my next top fails video to kind of have a focus on the insanity that goes on around the holidays in MLMs. There's all kinds of promotions, all kinds of sales. It's the end of the year. So MLM reps are really putting it all out on the line in November and December, trying to capitalize on the holiday madness. I already have a few things set aside that I know I'm going to include in that video, but be on the lookout. If you see anything wacky posted by somebody in an MLM that is holiday themed specifically, I would love to take a look at it for the next video. And speaking of the holidays, it's now December. We are entering my favorite time of the year, and nothing gets me more hyped for the holidays than that first whiff of a holiday scent. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Anything balsam, cinnamon, cranberry, orange, peppermint, it catapults me into that nostalgic, wintry holiday spirit, and I live for it, okay? And that's because our memories are deeply connected to scents. And I love to rotate them with the season, not just in home fragrances, but in my perfumes as well. And Scentbird, the sponsor of today's video, is a great affordable way to experiment with new perfumes, colognes, and unisex fragrances to match the season. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service where you can try out new designer fragrances every month for just $17. You are in full control of what new scents you want to try every month, and if you're not sure where to get started, there's also a quiz on the website to help narrow it down based on your preferences. The fragrances come in a generous 30-day supply, and they have a magnetic case that you can twist to lock, which makes them perfect for your purse, car, or luggage. I've traveled with Scentbird fragrances many times, and they've always been kept safe. This month I'm trying Nicole Miller Nectar de Pêche, Ex Nilo Lust in Paradise, and Veronique Gabai Ver de Cire. What's cool about these three is that these are all brands I probably never would have been introduced to if it wasn't for Scentbird. I feel like we all know about the big names in designer fragrances. We know Prada, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, and Scentbird carries all of those too. But these are lesser known scents to me anyway, and I love that I get to try them out through Scentbird. This Veronique Gabai fragrance is $260 for a full-size bottle, which I'm just gonna be honest, you would never catch me paying that much for a fragrance. I'm sorry, I just could not bring myself to do it, especially if I've never tried it on my own skin before and I don't even know if I like it yet. But I would spend $17 through Scentbird so I can smell like I paid $260. If you would like to experiment with new fragrances this holiday season, you can click the link in the description box below or scan the QR code on the screen here and use my code Alonzo55OFF for 55% off your first month at Scentbird, available in the US and Canada, which means that your first designer fragrance is going to be just over $7, which is a complete steal. Thanks again, Scentbird, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into these top fails. Here is an interesting charade that this Young Living rep is pulling with her children. They're going to bring up something called Ningxia a few times in this clip, and if you're not familiar with what that is a Young Living supplement. It's a liquid that you drink, and according to the Young Living website, it is supposed to increase your energy levels, improve your sleep patterns, and reduce daily stress.
So apparently my children are super deprived because I don't give them candy for Halloween. So I'm going to show you which one they would choose. Okay, you have your choice. You can have these two pieces of candy, the Kit Kat and this sour taffy.
Are they sour?
The sour taffy is, the Kit Kat is like a chocolate, cheap chocolate.
Yeah, but is this a sour, what's a sour taffy?
It's a kind of candy. And then, or you can have a packet of Ningxia. Which one are you gonna do? You want the whole packet of Ningxia? Okay. Anna, you have the choice of having a Kit Kat and a sour taffy. Hold those. You can have those. Or you can have a full packet of Ningxia. Which one do you want?
Ningxia.
Okay. Abby.
Yeah.
You have a choice. You can either have the Kit Kat and the sour candy. Now, I'm going to tell you that that will probably make your tummy hurt, okay? I'm just warning you. Or you can have a whole sachet of Ningxia. Which one do you want? You want those ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have to interject for a second. It is so clear that she's baiting her children into a certain choice, right? Do you want this cheap chocolate that's gonna make your tummy hurt, or do you want this whole packet of Ningxia? I don't know how old these kids are, but they're clearly pretty young, but it's really interesting behavior to see the mom presenting her children with two different choices, but she's presenting the choices in a completely biased way. She's trying to set them up to make the right choice, the correct choice, which is the Ningxia. It's pretty obvious which one she wants the kids to choose, and I'm sure that they're picking up on that as well. Even just in the tone of her voice, do you want this one or do you want this one? Truthfully, even kids who can't speak yet can still understand that there's two options and one of them is the right one. I have so many issues with this clip already, but we're only like a third of the way through it, so let's just finish this up and then I'll tell you all my thoughts.
Drusha, you have the choice of having a Kit Kat and a sour taffy. Those are your options. Or a full sachet of Ningxia. Which do you want?
These two.
You want those two? Okay.
So I get to keep them?
So here's the question.
Yeah.
Those ones, this is sour, very sour, and this one is a cheap chocolate. That could make your tummy hurt, or you start crying in about 20 minutes.
I would just cry in our bedroom and go to bed. Cry myself to bed.
Oh, okay. Will your tummy hurt?
It might hurt, and then I might eat something else. Get some Ningxia with.
No, you only get one or the other. You don't get to have extra Ningxia when your tummy hurts, because this is self-inflicted tummy hurting.
Yes.
Okay. You have your choices. You can enjoy them. Go ahead. What are you thinking? Do you like what you chose?
Yeah.
You can eat it. Go ahead. Okay. So you had your one piece of candy. And you got your whole, I think, you eat the whole thing. Yep, you eat the whole thing.
Drink your whole sachet.
Go ahead.
This one?
Yep, you have to eat it.
That one?
Yep, you have to eat it.
Sticky.
Yeah, it's very sticky.
Is it sour too? Sticky. It's sour. A little bit sour.
Yeah,
A
eat
little
it.
bit sour. I want to try.
No, no,
Yeah,
you
have
too.
to eat
I
it.
finished.
You chose it.
No, you chose it. You have to eat it. No sharing. If you get a tummy ache, that's self-inflicted. That's your own fault. I mean, you can even hear the dad in the background chiming in too. I'm just imagining this entire scene right here. Think of yourself as a fly on the wall. We've got 4 children standing at the front of the living room, and then we've got mom and dad sitting back here. All right, everyone in a line, open up what you chose, eat the whole thing, no sharing. Here's mommy. I'm gonna film you doing it so that I can teach you some kind of lesson or make some kind of example out of you, and so I can share it to my social media for the purpose of some kind of twisted young living pitch. I'm getting myself all riled up already. We're still not done with this clip. The worst is yet to come.
So, are you happy with your choice?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Now, here's the question I have. Hannah and Mariah, why did you choose the Ningxia instead of the...
Because it gave me a superpower. Because it's better for you.
It's better for you? Do you like the taste of it?
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
Here's the bigger question. How do you like how it makes you feel after you drink it?
It makes me feel awesome.
Jerusha and Abby, I'm going to come back to you in about 20 minutes and ask how you feel and tell me if you feel good or if you feel kind of eh. Okay? Our 3-year-old just peed herself after having no accidents in way over a week. Interesting. That was about 8 minutes after having the candy. Jerusha, what just happened?
I got sent to bed, but I came back.
Why did you get sent to bed?
Because I whined.
What kind of whining?
I don't know.
Were you happy or were you really grouchy?
It was grouchy.
And how long was it after you ate the candy?
I don't know.
Was it like 20, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you almost lose dinner because of it?
Uh-huh.
So, if you got to choose again, would you still choose the candy? What?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because because it can give you a tummy ache and that you want and that you won't get dinner.
Because you were what? Having a bad attitude?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is that just because your tummy can't handle it? Is that because it's poison? Yeah, it is.
What on God's green earth did we just watch? I don't really have the words to express how disgusting I feel watching this. It feels manipulative, it feels exploitative, not trying to be dramatic, but I feel disturbed. How about we don't use our kids for content? How about we don't film them for a sales pitch? There's clearly some firm boundaries and beliefs in this household surrounding different types of food, and it's apparent from just this clip alone that the mom wants her children to believe that Young Living supplements are good and that candy is evil. Now, I have my own opinions surrounding demonizing things like candy. I personally don't believe that that sets up your children to have a very healthy relationship with all kinds of food in the future. I think that categorizing foods into good and evil and making some kinds of foods completely off limits versus teaching our kids how to eat them in moderation has the potential to create really unstable eating patterns down the road. But that dynamic isn't really the main focus of this clip. So aside from that, she's clearly using her children here. She's obviously got this goal in mind, this bright idea to use her children in order to promote Young Living products. And she's setting her kids up to participate in whatever the heck this is. So first she's giving her kids the choice between candy and a supplement, and it definitely feels like there's some kind of undertone of her expecting that her kids are going to choose the Ningxia, which I am sure makes her think that she looks like Parent of the Year when her kids are choosing the Ningxia instead of the candy. And I know that you can't see their facial expressions or body language super well through the blurring. I'm going to be blurring them heavily because they're unconsenting children, but you can tell the two older kids who did choose the Ningxia, they have that little sparkle in their eye where they can tell that they're being quizzed on something, and you could just see the wheels turning, that they know what the right answer is and they know what they need to choose in order to please mommy. It's haunting to see that happen in real time in this context. My background is in elementary education. I used to work in schools, and I know this look very, very well. The look that these kids just gave their mom is the look when they learn something new and they're excited to show off to you that they know the right answer. Like I said, they recognize that this is a test. They know there's two choices, they know which one is correct, and they know exactly what they're gonna choose in order to make their mom happy. That body language from kids this age is unmistakable. Those two older kids did not choose the Ningxia because they truly wanted it. They chose it because they knew that that was the right answer and they wanted to please their mom. Then her two younger kids did choose the candy, as I would expect children of this age to do. They're not old enough to really recognize yet that they are being tested, and so they're just gonna go with whatever they personally want, which is obviously the candy. So they choose the candy as you would expect them to do, and then mom goes forward and guilts them about their decision. Okay, that's gonna make you feel sick, you're gonna get a stomachache, but that's your choice. You need to suffer the consequences. That's a self-inflicted tummy ache, I believe is the word she used. So the choices are made, she films all of her kids consuming the things that they chose, and then afterwards she goes back and she baits each one of them into giving responses to fit her narrative. She makes a point of saying that her 3-year-old peed herself and it must have been because of the candy. Girl, come on. Eating a piece of candy is not going to cause your toddler to have an accident. You know that, I know that, we all know that. Stop trying to make these puzzle pieces fit when they don't. Kit Kats do not cause urinary incontinence, okay? This is a toddler, she's probably in the middle of potty training, and having accidents is perfectly developmentally normal. You're gonna pull a muscle from all of that reaching trying to say that it was the candy's fault. Then she moves on to the next child who chose candy, and she's saying the candy made her so whiny and gave her such a bad attitude that we sent her to her room and she almost didn't get dinner tonight. In that conversation, she also labels the candy as poison and cites that as the reason that her child has a stomachache. You want to know what's giving me a stomachache? This exploitation of children. She is feeding a script to her young kids and filming them for the purpose of promoting Young Living on her social media to her 13,000 followers. This makes my blood boil. You chose to be the Young Living hun. You chose to sell the products, not your kids. This is not funny. This is not cute. This is not clever. This is so deeply inappropriate, and I'm very disturbed by this behavior. This next clip is of somebody in an MLM who has a message for all the haters.
I just wanted to talk about my reel a little bit more because I do think people think like network marketing is a scam, and I think those people are the ones who are too scared to try it, or the ones who have tried it and quit so early on because they realized that it's not as easy as they think. So I think those are the people who think it's a scam, or they just go off of what other people say, like myths and things that go around about it. It's just a different type of sales that you're able to have your flexible schedule, work from home, put in your own hours, and be your own boss basically. So it's just like a type of sales, and it's most definitely not a scam, or else I would not be doing it. It's just a great setup for somebody who's a stay-at-home mom who wants her own thing, basically.
I don't know about you, but I had a really hard time actually paying attention to what she was saying because I'm so irritated by the fact that she's driving and filming herself. Maybe you caught it, but her phone seems to be on a mount in her car or something. And in the beginning of the video, you can see that it's starting to slip off the mount. And for a split second, it shows her toddler in the back seat. And then she grabs the phone and angles it back towards herself. And then she holds it for the rest of the video. One hand on the steering wheel, one hand on her phone, talking to it. When are we gonna stop putting other people's lives in danger because we are on our phones while driving? And for what? So you can make an Instagram story of yourself talking about your pyramid scheme? So you can go on a little rant about how your company isn't a scam? Don't you think that can wait? Please tell me why you are setting up your phone and opening Instagram and filming yourself with one hand on the steering wheel while holding your phone with the other. And then afterwards you're fiddling around with it, you're adding captions, and then posting it to your Instagram story all while you're behind the wheel of a car with your toddler in the back seat. Sorry if this is harsh, but this is such entitled, selfish behavior to be doing this kind of thing. I guarantee you that whatever you have to say here about how your opportunity is legit and your company's not a scam and the people who don't like MLMs were just failures, it can wait. It is not worth someone's life. There's absolutely no excuse for posting on social media from behind the wheel of a car. I'm sorry, you're just not that important. We do not need to hear what you have to say that badly. There's no reason why this can't wait until you are out of the vehicle or at least parked somewhere. You're literally endangering yourself, your child, and everyone else on the road around you for what? To get on this basic MLM boss babe soapbox about how you're not in a pyramid scheme? Believe me, we've heard it a million times before. What you're saying is not revolutionary, nor is it necessary. Please stop filming yourself while driving. I beg of you. Next up is a Young Living rep with some pretty outrageous and predatory product claims.
So I wanted to get on and tell you because this is really exciting, and I'm actually still kind of in disbelief. So ever since with Riley, I breastfed her for like 15 months. I didn't have a period for 15 months, then got it back like the second I stopped breastfeeding. It was always kind of a little bit wonky, and then I got pregnant kind of soon, like 6 months-ish after that. We miscarried, and then just my period has never been the same. And then after Cole, it was just a hot mess. Like I was getting 2 periods a month. 2 a month. And when I told my OB, she was like, I don't really know what it could be. We could put you on a different birth control, see if that helps. It was terrible. I had the worst PMS symptoms, like just super moody, super bloated. My periods were so heavy, TMI. But just something I've never had before. I used to have a period for like a day, and then it was just like day one every single day. And then I'd get it like twice. So I'd be bleeding for like half the month, every month. So my OB actually put me on like the lowest estrogen birth control back in December. She was like, this will make you pretty much have no period at all. That was in December. I still was getting 2 periods a month for like the last 6 months. And finally I was like, I don't know what to do. I saw somebody on our team share about like the 2 oils and a supplement. It's like the hormone helper bundle kind of thing, like that you can make on Young Living. And that when she tried it, like her life changed. It was a game changer. And she was posting so many testimonials that I was like, I have to try this out. So I tried it a month ago. I started the Progressence Plus, Endoflex, and the sulfurzyme I had been taking because I wanted it for my hair and skin and nails. But that's supposed to be part of like the triple threat. Guys, I started my period yesterday, and it is exactly a 28-day cycle, which is what I used to get before I had kids.
Did you hear that? For only $186, you can get your hands on 3 Young Living products and you can have regular periods instantly. This is a miracle. I don't know how medical professionals have been hiding this secret from us for so long. Fortunately for us, this Young Living salesperson has the perfect solution. And how generous of her to grace us with this revolutionary recommendation.
When I tell you, I don't know the last time that I had a regular cycle. At least 5 years ago, before Riley was born. At least 5 years ago, I have not had a regular cycle. And I'm telling you, so I have been doing these 2 oils every day, along with the sulfurzyme. And I'm gonna show you how I put them on because I haven't done them yet today. I'm literally in shock. Like, and I know like it's not only period help, but a lot of people have said that they've actually like it's helped with their fertility. So they've gotten pregnant as soon as they've started using it. I'll share like a couple testimonials because my team leader, Katie, has it like all on her stories. She saved them all as a highlight. So you could always go look at there, but it's pretty amazing. And I'm going to link all the products too once I'm done showing you.
Oh, she has the cure for infertility too. How incredible. Didn't you know that if you're having fertility issues, all you have to do is pop some pills and rub oils on yourself? I mean, come on, there's no need for reproductive endocrinologists anymore. This news is gonna put them out of business, mark my words.
So I'm gonna bring you on my morning routine. I'm wafting I got the new Seaside Simplified collection, their summer oil. I didn't do the bundle this time because I saw that you could do one individuals. So I got Tropical Tango, which sounded like it would be like islandy, and then Seaside. I didn't really want the creamsicle. That's not really my jam. So I'm just gonna move this for a second. So like I said, the triple threat, it's these guys. Sulfurzyme I've been taking for months. I totally noticed a difference in my hair. And then Endoflex is also supposed to be for tantrums with your children. So Riley has this in a little inhaler that she literally will go to if like Cole is pissing her off.
A Young Living oil that gives you regular periods, treats your fertility issues, and stops tantrums in children? Talk about a triple whammy. Sign me up, girl.
And then Progressence Plus, I always say this wrong. It's supposed to be like great hormonal support, fertility support. It's just an all in all, like a great oil.
Yeah, she does keep mispronouncing it, and I know this is nitpicky of me, but she keeps calling it Progressence Plus when it's actually called Progessence Plus. Progessence as in the hormone progesterone, but she keeps adding an R in there somewhere where there isn't one. She keeps calling it Progressence Plus. Again, I know this is petty, I know this is nitpicky, but also it's like, come on. If you're going to be claiming to have the magical oil that's going to treat your infertility and give you regular periods again, you might at least want to be able to read and pronounce the name correctly.
So morning routine. So Progressions Plus, it says to put it on a different application site every day, rotating between like your forearms, your stomach, your feet, inner thighs. Number 1. And then I do Endoflex right on my thyroid, and it's supposed to be like really good hormonal support. And then I just follow it up with my Sulfurzyme. Great for hair, skin, nails, and also hormonal support. And then I always just go, this isn't part of like the hormonal triple threat. This is just my energy, my super B, and I'm telling you, I can't live without it. So that has been my morning routine. And I'm really like, when I tell you, I just can't get over the fact that it's my first time having an on-time cycle and only 1 period a month, for a very, very long time. And I am very happy. So we'll see how period symptoms go this week. Okay, I think I got cut off, but I'm gonna keep you posted on my actual period symptoms because usually it's like cramping so bad that I can't get out of bed. And again, this was not something I used to experience before kids. So I'll keep you posted, and the bloating and whatnot. Because if this can help anybody else, I want to share as much as I can. So I'll share a couple testimonies that Katie shared and her quick little reel that kind of gives you the ins and outs too. And I'll share my link too in case I bundled it all in a wish list, so you can just go and add to cart. And the sale is still going on. If you're new customers and you have a 100 PV order, you get 10% off of your entire cart. So any questions, let me know. And I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. Can you tell? Okay, bye.
She keeps calling these products the hormonal triple threat, and here she has it linked as the Happy Hormones bundle. And I just want to point out that this is something that she and apparently others in the company have taken it upon themselves to promote. Young Living doesn't sell a hormone bundle. They don't have a pack of products that is claiming to do all of these things for you. These are just people's testimonies that have been kind of taken as truth and spread around by the reps in an effort to make sales on those particular products. There is no evidence these claims are true. There are no studies to back it up. The company itself doesn't back these claims in any way. We are relying completely on people's personal experiences here. She may say that taking these products has helped give her a regular period almost immediately. Another lady might say it helped with her fertility issues and helped her conceive. But these are not factually true claims. Honestly, they're just people's own skewed perceptions about what they believe the products have done for them. We have no way of knowing if these products do anything at all. We're just taking their word for it. And I'm not trying to say that I think that she is getting on her Instagram stories and bold-faced lying to us right now. I think she really does believe that these Young Living products helped give her a regular cycle, but I think we also need to consider that of course somebody making a commission on a product is going to over-exaggerate the claims at least a little bit. Of course they would say it's the best thing ever. Of course they're going to claim that it's the perfect treatment or cure to whatever you're struggling with. Because I think that their perception of the products is naturally skewed. I don't think their product claims can be perfectly unbiased and honest because they're already going into it expecting that it's going to work for them and expecting that they're going to have these great results that are worth sharing and recommending to somebody else so that they can make some money. It's just a positive feedback loop. She's a salesperson for the company, so she already thinks Young Living products are great. Then she heard from someone else that these particular products help with this particular issue. So then she goes into taking them feeling hopeful that it's going to help her. And then she feels positively about her results in her own personal situation. That doesn't mean that her claims about the products are factual or true. It just means that she feels that they are true for her. Which again, of course she's going to say she had great results because that's $186 worth of product that she wants to get you to buy so that she can make that commission. I think we should be taking all MLM claims with a grain of salt, and as I always say, consider the source, remember the motive, and keep in mind that MLM product claims are largely unproven. Next is a series of Instagram stories that somebody in Arbonne recently posted, and I'm just going to click through them in the exact order that she posted them, and you'll see why. So it starts out with a picture of her and her husband, I'm presuming, and it says, "We're waiting for you, sissy." She's clearly in a hospital. She's got a hospital gown on. So from this photo, I'm anticipating she's about to have a baby. The very next slide on her Instagram story, which is posted 2 hours after her previous photo of her in the hospital, is this one, and it's a picture of a baby on her chest, and it says she's here, kind of like a baby announcement. And then the very next slide on her Instagram story, posted just 1 hour after she announces that her baby has arrived, is this. It's an Arbonne product promotion, and it says new fizz flavor, and she leaves a link where you can go and shop the, boysenberry lavender fizz sticks. Immediately after that, she posts this. It says Arbonne Black Friday, 20% off all fizz and protein. The next slide after that is saying that it's $65 per box normally, but with this sale, it's only $41.60. Immediately after that one, she says, signing off, but leaving my link for you with all of these amazing Black Friday deals. And then she leaves her personal commissioned Arbonne link at the bottom. And this is kind of funny because she says, I'm signing off, but she doesn't. She goes on to post 8 more things to her story throughout the day. But clearly this little batch of stories right here is all because it's Black Friday. The sales are happening. There's apparently a new limited edition flavor out there, and she wants to capitalize on all of the Black Friday craziness. And so what is she doing? 1 hour after having a baby, she's promoting Arbonne fizz sticks. The next photo that she posts immediately after that Arbonne promotion is this picture of her husband or partner saying he's the best daddy, he's holding the new baby. You can clearly tell they're still in the hospital. Obviously, she just had the baby like an hour ago. And then still within the hour after having a baby, she goes on to repost something that she was tagged in, most likely from somebody on her team somewhere, and they're saying, tell me Arbonne Black Friday is here without telling me. And then their notifications are blowing up on their phone. So up until this point in the story series, I think you maybe could have made the argument that she used some kind of content scheduling service to have these previous Arbonne posts go live. To be fair, I don't know much about these services or these platforms. I don't use that kind of thing to schedule content, but I know they do exist where you can kind of pre-upload the content that you want to go live and you set it for a certain date and time, so you don't necessarily have to be on your phone or on the app for those things to go up. And I think maybe we could have given her the benefit of the doubt that that's what she was doing with the previous slides, but now with this one, this is telling me that she is actively on her phone checking her tagged posts and then resharing them to her own story. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this is something that you're able to have automation help you do. I think that if you're going to reshare someone's content to your own story, that you have to be the one doing that. I don't think you can schedule that to happen. So in saying all of that, this is telling me she's actively on her phone, actively on Instagram at the time of posting all of these stories. And she's not done. She goes on to post a message she received in response to her birth announcement story. And somebody said to her, the way that you just had a baby and are still posting because you love Arbonne that much. Congratulations, you're about to have the sweetest holiday season. And she's screenshotting that message, sharing it to her stories and saying, it's different here. Because every MLM girly thinks that their company is the best and their team is the best. And it's just different here. Look how supportive we are of each other. Look at how I'm still working the biz from my hospital bed and people on my team are praising that. So not only is she herself posting to her story, but she's also resharing other people's stuff and she's checking and responding to messages. Literally within 1 hour of giving birth. That's not an exaggeration. I can see these timestamps on her story showing us when she posted these things. She had her baby, she announced that she had the baby, and then she immediately picked up her phone and started promoting Arbonne. The next thing she posts is a repost of somebody else's Instagram story that says, y'all, I can't say it enough, it's different here. The culture, the community, the work, the drive, the business, the serving, the sharing, it's different here. Girl, no, it's not. I've seen this kind of stuff happen in so many different companies. Arbonne is not special, it's not different, I promise you. I wish so badly that I could tell you that I have never seen another MLM rep from a different company posting from their hospital bed, but unfortunately I have. It's not unique to you guys, okay? This is an industry-wide situation we've got going here where people feel like they need to be working right after having a baby, and it's not something to brag about, to be clear. Then she goes on to post a couple more slides about what other people are saying about this new fizz flavor and how much they love it. She even admits to ordering 3 boxes of it, so tell me who the real customer is here. Then she posts this video of what she's calling manfluencer, which is her husband pouring a fizz stick into a styrofoam cup and mixing it up, probably to promote the fact that they're so committed to the company that they brought their Arbonne to the hospital or something. And then the final slide of her story says, immunity fizz slaps after giving birth, just saying, and it's her drinking the immunity fizz that her husband just made. Something about this series of Instagram stories is shattering me into a million pieces. Like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? You literally just pushed out an entire brand new human and you're worried about Arbonne? You're concerned with promoting the new flavor? You're worried about sharing your link and encouraging people to shop the sale right now? What kind of demented reality are we living in here? The Arbonne boysenberry lavender fizz sticks take priority over your newborn baby in this moment? Is that what I'm understanding here? Speaking from personal experience, and I know everybody's is different, I didn't even know where my phone was for like the first 12 hours after giving birth. That was the most physically and mentally and emotionally overwhelming and draining thing that has ever happened to me in my life. And just the fact that she's on her phone, she's with it, she's posting about Arbonne on Instagram right now within an hour is incomprehensible to me. I even remember texting my closest friends while I was in the hospital and telling them, I'm gonna have to update you when I get home because right now it's all too much to handle. I just need some time to process it. Granted, I should put this caveat in here. My labor was 48 hours long. It was quite traumatic for me and I wasn't totally with it in general. So that probably had a lot to do with the fact that I wasn't focused on where my phone was at the time. I actually have a whole birth story video on my channel if you want to hear all the dirty details, but that's not really the point here. This behavior of jumping right back into boss babe work mode virtually as soon as you pop out a baby is just a testament to hustle culture. God forbid she take the day off to bond with her new baby because it's Arbonne Black Friday. Can't risk missing out on some big profits because you didn't promote the sale. This is not time freedom. Because you can post about the business anytime, any place, now you are expected to post about the business anytime, any place. Even if those times and places are completely inappropriate. True time freedom would look like taking days, weeks, maybe even months off after these big life-altering events. And the fact that we're seeing people feel like they have to work the biz 1 hour after having a baby is a massive smoke signal that they are not experiencing time freedom at all. Especially when we see these kinds of behaviors also being praised and reinforced within the group. She's got people in her messages being like, good for you for still working right now. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Real friends do not encourage their friends to hustle from their hospital bed. That's just my hot take. They should not, in their right minds, be encouraging this kind of behavior, but they still do it. Why? Because they're in a pyramid scheme, and more sales the better. People on her team are benefiting from her working in the hospital, so of course they're going to encourage it. I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying it makes sense. And kind of on the same note of taking time off and having time freedom and that kind of thing, here's a Mon8 rep posting this picture to her Instagram story. It says, I needed a day of rest today as my body was telling me to slow down and just lay in bed. And then she posts a picture of her email notification that says that she's just received a payment from Mon8. And then she says, I would not be able to do that if it wasn't for this. Thank you, Lord. You wouldn't be able to take a day off if you weren't in an MLM? Huh? What is with MLM huns who think that people with non-MLM jobs work like 7 days a week or something? Depending on what kind of job you have, I would say that most people have either the weekends off or some of the weekdays off. And you may also have the option to have paid time off or sick days or personal days. You don't have to be in an MLM to take a day off to rest. You know that, right? And for the record, I'm in full support of listening to your body and what you need and taking time off when you need it. I think that message is fantastic. Hustle culture kills. We don't need to be working ourselves into the ground. It's okay to take a break and to rest and relax and take care of yourself. Love that so much. But rest days or time off isn't just reserved for MLM girlies. And it just kind of has me questioning what the point of this Instagram story is. And I think the point is for her to say, look, I can take days off and still get paid. And it's like, yeah, so do most people with a job. This is not special. You don't have to be in an MLM or in Mon8 specifically to have days off of work. Like I said, with most jobs, those days off are just built into your weekly schedule somewhere. And also, the screenshot that she posted of this paycheck is one of their weekly commissions checks. Mon8 market partners love to talk about how they get paid 5 times a month. They get paid every Friday. These are their commissions checks. So the amount on those checks reflects the commissions they made from their sales in a previous week. Then they also get a bonus check once a month that reflects their team activities or their recruitment activities. Typically, these weekly commissions checks are smaller than the monthly paychecks because, after all, people in MLMs make more money off of recruitment activities than they do off of sales commissions. But anyway, the point is that it's kind of funny that she's sharing a screenshot of this and being like, I'm resting, but I still got paid today. Yeah, because that's a direct deposit that's gonna hit your account every Friday regardless. And the commission check that you're getting today reflects work that you did in the past. So actually, if you really want to think of it that way, the rest day that you're taking right now might negatively impact your next commissions check. Because if the amount that you're getting on these paychecks is commissions based, that means that if you're taking the day off from selling the products, that might actually come back to bite you in the butt later. Personally, commissions based jobs terrify me because I'm sure in a way you really do feel like you can't take any days off. Because if you do, you might see a direct impact on your income as a result of taking that day off. Because if you're resting, then you're not selling. So therefore, you're risking your next paycheck being lower next week than it would be if you had just pushed through and worked today. That's gotta be such a vicious mental cycle to get yourself into, and I don't envy that at all. Because in this type of pay structure where you are your own boss and you're in control of your own earnings, I'm sure you've got this immense amount of pressure on yourself now to just push through and keep grinding and keep hustling. You might feel like you're not entitled to time off very often because if you take that time off, then that time is being wasted. Which, interestingly enough, people with a dreaded typical or 9-to-5 salaried job might not experience this kind of pressure because at least there's that security of knowing that you're going to get paid and that you have guaranteed days off each week. So this post is really perplexing to me because at face value, it looks like what she's saying is, I can rest and still get paid. But if you peel back the layers and you actually dissect what she's saying, you discover that what she's claiming is not that desirable. So I think this behavior is very fascinating because what she's doing is she's trying to spin it to claim that she's able to rest and still get paid thanks to her MLM, even though arguably people in MLMs get less rest and less financial security than people in other fields of work. And with that, my friends, that's all the top fails I have for you for this top fails video. Once again, I'm always open to submissions from viewers for these videos, especially right now, holiday themed MLM top fails content would be extra helpful. And so if you come across anything like that in the next week or so, feel free to send it my way. And again, thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. You can visit my link below, use code Alonzo55 off at checkout to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next one real soon.